Happy Wednesday. It is about 1 o'clock, and we are here for another episode of State of the Real Estate Market with Chris Brown, myself. And we have a hot topic because we have a few folks that are still trying to get their home sold. And we want to tell you guys how to relist your home post the COVID-19. So these are those homes that you tried to sell before the pandemic and you weren't able to get sold, but now you're saying, the market seems pretty hot right now. Let me see if I can, let me see what I can get for my home right now. So we have some suggested items here that I would like to share with everyone. We'll make sure that we are good to go. Let's see here. All right, there you guys go. So now you can see me. So as I mentioned, we're going to go ahead and we have a hot topic today, how to relist your home post-pandemic, post-COVID-19. If this is your first time watching this show, what we do here is we not only talk about buying, selling, and investing in real estate, but we also talk about building generational wealth as well as other entrepreneur-like things that are going on. If you are an entrepreneur, you definitely want to chime in. Real estate is the cornerstone of building wealth. So a lot of people tune in just to kind of get an update, see what's going on. So with that being said, be sure to like, subscribe, share this link with someone else that you think may need this information. We greatly appreciate it. Well, let's go ahead and dive on into today's presentation so that you guys have the scoop of what is going on in the market. All right, how to relist your home post COVID-19. State of Real Estate Market by me, myself, Chris Brown. And right now we have no more COVID-19. However, it's not free and clear. A lot of people have been testing positive lately. I guess there's another strand that's out there, so everybody be safe. Let's just be smart about this. I know we want our freedom, being able to do what we want to do, but let's be smart and respectful of other individuals as well that are, here in the pandemic itself and protecting themselves. So today, what I wanted to do is kind of chat with you guys about 7 tips. And these 7 tips are basically going to be tips that I want to share with you guys to help you if you are thinking about relisting your home. These are things that you guys need to consider. Definitely want to consider these. So with that being said, let's dive on in. What does your property look like online? So this is something pretty big. It's not just the photos, but it's also the perspective that other individuals have of your home. So if you had a home that was on the market for months and especially anything over a week now, it looks bad, or people are saying, well, what's wrong with the property that it's been on the market for over a week? So consider that, because when you have a property that's on the market for a number of days, people are going to get concerned, especially in today's market with it being a seller's market. So refreshing that count will be very helpful. Be sure that if it's on MLS, if it's on other websites, make sure that information, the older information, is not there anymore, inactive, because sometimes these sites do not update as accordingly to the MLS. So be sure that information. So just kind of Google. A good way to do it is to Google your address to see if it pops up as being an active property that is for sale. So keep that in mind. All right, show ready mindset. So when you are selling your home in the market right now, the show ready mindset means keeping the property in a picture ready, and what I call picture ready condition. Picture ready condition is basically keeping it with the fresh look, smelling good. So if you cook something the night before, the morning of, and you know that you're going to have showings, be sure that property has a neutral smell, usually some type of air freshener that's near the front door. So when someone first walks in, that's the aroma that they smell and not last night's cooking, if you know what I mean. Keep in mind the showings right now, since we are in a high demand type of environment and market right now, showings are coming very rapidly. So if you are a person that works from home and you're trying to sell your home in today's market, it's going to be a true challenge. And reason being is because you're going to have so many people coming in and out of the homes. There's not that many homes on the market. So keep this in mind. This is something to think about, because people are going to come in drones. They're going to come not after 4 or 5 o'clock like people have traditionally done in the past, because they would go to work and after work, they'll take a look at these homes. People are looking at homes in between, before lunch, after lunch, during lunch. So keep that in mind. You don't want to be working from home and have showings lined up. Keep the property clean. Hopefully that goes without saying. You are looking to impress. And in today's market, you may be able to get away with some of the small things. However, but keep in mind, the cleaner and the more presentable your home is, people are going to be more than willing to pay above. People are already paying above market price, but they're going to be willing to pay more than above, beyond above. And it does happen. So keep that in mind. Even though you may be fighting over a property, so they may be fighting over your property, you want to make that individual feel that, hey, this home is more than worth me bidding over the amount. So keep that in mind. All right, tip number 3, pre-listing inspection. So if you are placing your property on the market, this is one of those tips that I tell people on a regular basis. Don't place your property on the market without considering a pre-listing inspection. And basically what that is it's the homeowner getting their home inspected before placing it on the market. I've said this before, you may have heard me say it time after time, but this is so key, because you don't want to get surprised. Because you're living in the home, you may not think of certain things as a buyer would, or what an inspector would be looking at. Just because it's working now, certain things happen, especially if you're living up north and the Midwest, the Northeast area, you want to make, if you have a basement, you want to make sure that that basement is inspected. If you're here in Florida, you want to know how long that roof is going to last. Any property, you want to know how long the roof is going to last, if it's missing any shingles from the multiple storms that come through on a regular basis. Make sure that the AC is working properly. If it's old, how much life is left. The electrical, the plumbing, those are some things that you want to make sure that are inspected, so it doesn't come up as a surprise when you're trying to sell the home. Because once you're under contract, and say if something pops up that could have been prevented, you don't want to spook your buyer. If you spook your buyer, then that means you have to start the whole process over again. And now you're remarketing it. And then people are going to wonder, well, why did they back out of that contract? So keep that in mind. They want to know if they backed out, was there something going on with the property? Is it something that they found during an inspection that they didn't want to move forward with? So keep that in mind. And also keep in mind, you make your repairs if any repairs are needed. And then why didn't buyers buy before? Just keep that in mind. Were you priced too high? Were you priced just right? And obviously in today's market, being priced high is the go-to. A lot of people, obviously be within your comps, because you want to make sure that your property will appraise. Allow the buyers to bid your property up, and then that way you'll be able to get definitely above your asking price. All right, tip number 4, reconsider representation. Now, I've spoken with a few folks and they've tried to represent themselves. Consider who you're hiring and make sure that you're hiring the right agent or real estate professional to actually represent you and your home. I know homes are selling fast, but trust me, real estate professionals are working even harder now that we're in the seller's market. And what I mean by that is because if you haven't sold a home in a while, the sales contract is approximately 13 pages long. And that's just the minimal. That's not including the HOA documents. That's not including the seller disclosure documents and any other disclosure documents that may be involved. So you're looking at a minimum of 13 pages, probably 13 to 20 pages of contract. And if you ever have read a contract, the contract usually is worded in a unique way. So keep that in mind. If you're having multiple offers, if you're having 10 offers, 10 times 20, you're reading all of those pages. You know, a contract is that many pages. So keep that in mind when this is going on. Reconsider your representation. Make sure that they're familiar with the contracts. Make sure that they're representing your best interest and giving you complete detail of what's going on in the market. All right. Marketing strategy refresh. So consider doing an analysis, you know, reevaluate the market. Like I said, if you tried to sell your home a year ago, that was during the pandemic. During the pandemic, a lot of things were going on. People were buying homes, so don't get me wrong. But then you also have people that weren't. So now that we're in the seller's market, let's see what happened in the past and then compare it to today's market. See what's going on with the properties in your zip code, properties in your neighborhood, properties in your community, similar properties. Redo everything to reevaluate your home. The market is completely different. And for most people, the prices have gone up significantly. So keep the old price out of mind. Let's reevaluate everything. Consider cash offers. Cash offers right now, before people would accept less just because it was a cash offer. Now cash offers, and specifically I know in my market, cash offers are coming in 15, 20, 30,000 above asking price. I know I just recently, my buyer and I, we just recently got beat out on a contract, $17,000 above asking, and it was all cash. So it makes it a little bit easier. I think we only jumped about 10,000 above asking, but with that being said, we were financed. So they were like, hey, I'll go with the sure thing, cash. Let's not have the concerns or worries or anything along those lines. Then also, when you are remarketing your property, be sure to feature the highlights. If you have an energy efficient home, highlight that. Energy smart home. If you have any smart home tools, anything along those lines, make sure that that's included in the description of your home. And then ultimately, especially if you're in Florida, if you have a pool, make that the first thing you have to say. In my opinion, if you're trying to sell your home, make that the first thing that you have to say. That this is a pool home. People want to see what the pool looks like. You know, especially if they're moving to Florida, people are thinking palm trees, beaches, and pools. So keep that in mind when you are reevaluating your home and redoing your marketing strategy. That was tip number 5. All right, so tip number 6. If you know me, you've been following me, I'm huge on professional photography. I know that you spent a lot of money for your iPhone, you spent a lot of money for your Android, and it takes phenomenal pictures. Why can't you just take pictures of this home? Check this out. No, just no. I'm just going to say no. There's no reasoning with this. Go ahead. Make sure that you have a professional photographer, because it's not only the people that are local that will be looking at your home. There's going to be people that are probably from out of state, from out of the area, or remote, and they're going to be looking online at the pictures of these properties. Keep that in mind. Make it appealing to them. Make them want to desire it. You know, if you're sending or placing pictures online with the blinds closed, it's dark rooms, people don't really have they can't appreciate what you've done with your home over the years. So make sure, hire a professional photographer, lighten it up, open up the blinds. And I get on people about this all the time. If you're taking pictures of the house, especially inside, open the blinds, let some light in, turn on the lights. you know, especially if you're not using a professional photographer that brings their own lighting in. So be sure to do that. That's tip number 6. All right. Number 7, and I know, patience. We don't have patience these days. So time is money. Keep that in mind. If you're placing your home on the market in today's and post-pandemic, people are going to be submitting offers. You're going to receive offers, but be patient. If you rush an offer, it's like, oh, it's day 1 and we've already received 10 offers, we're cutting it off. Think about it like this. Sometimes it takes 2 to 3 days for the information to kind of spread out throughout the websites. So if you have someone that may be looking from another state, don't cut yourself short. You may have someone looking locally. They might have missed their email for that day, and they're looking at the email the very next day. So keep it in mind. If you're going to be listing your home, try to anticipate your home being on the market. And it's funny that I'm getting ready to say this. At least 3 days, depending upon your price point. Now, the more luxury style homes, they're going fast, but they're not going as fast as, say, homes under $450,000. Especially if it has a pool. These homes, they're getting multiple offers, especially in my market. They're getting multiple offers day 1 within the first couple of hours. People have their phones on special alerts. I even do the same thing for my clients. I have my phone on special alert because I know time is money, but it's about being patient. So when I'm representing my sellers, I'm telling them up front, hey, let's try to keep this property. I know we're going to probably get some offers, a number of offers, but let's agree up front. Let's have this at minimum on the market for at least 3 days. And reason being is because the more offers that we can get, the more opportunities. People are going to possibly price this up and you're going to get more for your home. So time is money, but patience is greater for you as well. So keep that in mind. So there you go, guys. That was the 7 tips on how to relist your home in 2021. It's so much going on right now. Keep an eye on the market, see what's going on. If you're thinking about you're thinking about selling your home, be sure to connect with me, especially if you're in the Tampa Bay area. Feel free to reach out. That's not a problem at all. If you're thinking about buying, selling, or investing in the Tampa Bay area, I always tell everyone, check out Real Estate with Chris Brown. And if you're looking for some type of a free assessment of your home, if you're curious as in what the activity is, you can visit the website showmyhomeestimate.com. It's a free website. You can go to that website and it'll give you a market update in about 2 minutes. It doesn't take long, and it's a desktop market update because one of the things is people say, oh, my such and such says my home is worth this, but has that website, have they actually seen your home? Have they seen the updates that you've done? Have they compared it to other homes that have recently sold? They don't technically do that on a desktop review. So I do encourage you to get with a real estate professional that will actually take a look at your home and actually listen to you on the updates that you've completed with your home so that they can make sure that you're not getting gypped for the investments that you've placed into your home. So keep that in mind, guys. As always, be sure to like, subscribe, send this information, subscribe to the notifications because I will be placing different information, and it may not be a big event that goes out, but be sure to do that, to like that information. And for those who are on social media, be sure to follow me on social media. My handle is at Chris Brown, RE Pro. You can always find me on social media if you want to. And if you are thinking about selling your home, feel free to call 813-344-3567. The team will go ahead and take the information about your home and get you the details and ultimately be able to follow up with you and give you some additional details about your home and the value. But as always, if you are in the Tampa Bay area and you are thinking about buying, selling, or investing, be sure to check out realestatewithchrisbrown.com. You guys have a good one. That was another episode of State of the Real Estate Market. with yours truly, Chris Brown. Take care.